A high-stakes rendezvous, Netanyahu's Washington visit amidst global turmoil. The political landscape is charged with anticipation as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu embarks on a pivotal visit to Washington, D.C., for a high-stakes meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump. This meeting, occurring just days after the Trump administration announced sweeping tariffs impacting numerous nations, including a 17% levy on Israeli goods, marks the first attempt by a foreign leader to negotiate amidst this newly turbulent economic climate. The stakes are undeniably high, and the implications reach far beyond the immediate bilateral relationship. Netanyahu's journey to the U.S. Capitol follows a whirlwind of events, both domestically and internationally, that have placed him squarely in the global spotlight. His recent four-day visit to Hungary, a trip notable for its defiance of an International Criminal Court, ICC, arrest warrant issued against him on allegations of war crimes in Gaza, underscores the complexities and sensitivities surrounding his current political position. The Hungarian Prime Minister, Viktor Orbán, boldly defied the ICC, hosting Netanyahu and subsequently announcing Hungary's withdrawal from the court, citing its perceived politicization. This brazen act of defiance throws into sharp relief the international legal and political battles currently being waged. The United States, notably absent from the ICC's jurisdiction, provides a stark counterpoint to the unfolding drama. The backdrop to this meeting is far from serene. The 18-month-old conflict in Gaza continues to cast a long shadow, with Israel's recent resumption of hostilities following a U.S.-brokered ceasefire. A ceasefire involving Egypt and Qatar, further exacerbating the already volatile situation. Netanyahu faces mounting domestic pressure to reignite ceasefire negotiations and secure the release of hostages held within the besieged territory. His recent pronouncements regarding Israel's intentions in Gaza only serve to heighten anxieties. Statements about seizing territory and dividing up the Gaza Strip through the construction of a new security corridor have fueled fears of a potential permanent Israeli occupation, raising the specter of prolonged conflict and further humanitarian crisis. The implications for the Palestinian population are deeply concerning, with the potential for further displacement and suffering looming large. Netanyahu's previous February visit to Washington sent shockwaves globally. Trump's audacious proposal to take over the Gaza Strip, relocate its more than 2 million Palestinian inhabitants, and redevelop the area as a Riviera of the Middle East, was met with widespread condemnation. The suggestion amounted to a thinly veiled endorsement of ethnic cleansing, triggering outrage from human rights organizations and international bodies alike. This radical proposition drastically altered the regional dynamics and underscored the unpredictability of U.S. foreign policy under the Trump administration. The subsequent resumption of hostilities in Gaza further solidified the perception of a deeply unstable and potentially dangerous situation. The upcoming meeting between Netanyahu and Trump promises to be a complex and potentially explosive negotiation. Beyond the immediate concerns of the Gaza conflict and the humanitarian crisis it engenders, the discussions are expected to encompass Iran's nuclear ambitions, a persistent source of regional tension and global concern. The ongoing threat posed by Iran's nuclear program necessitates a concerted international response, making the coordination between Israel and the U.S. paramount. However, the imposition of sweeping tariffs by the Trump administration adds another layer of complexity to these already fraught negotiations. The 17% tariff on Israeli goods places economic pressure on both nations, creating a delicate balancing act between national interests and geopolitical realities. Netanyahu's visit, therefore, is not merely a routine diplomatic engagement. It is a high-stakes negotiation taking place against the backdrop of a complex geopolitical chessboard. The outcomes will significantly impact the future of the Middle East, particularly the fate of the Palestinian people in Gaza. The possibility of further conflict, the potential for lasting peace, and the economic implications of the newly imposed tariffs all hang precariously in the balance. The world watches with bated breath as this pivotal meeting unfolds, its consequences echoing far beyond the confines of the Washington, D.C. meeting room. The weight of history, the urgency of the present, and the uncertainty of the future all converge in this single, momentous encounter. The decisions made within those walls will shape the region's trajectory for years to come, leaving an indelible mark on the geopolitical landscape. The world waits to see what agreements, if any, will emerge from this critical summit. The ramifications are far-reaching and deeply significant, carrying profound implications for peace, stability, and the future of the Middle East.